Hey guys, be sure to like and subscribe. Today I want to talk about some good news. At least it looks like good news. It could be. The airlines are pressuring the government over here now. They're pressuring pretty hard too to open up. And they have a pretty good bunch of lobbyists over here from what I understand. And they're really pushing on the government to open up. And that might give us a ray of hope as far as any of the tourists that want to get in here or expats that want to get in here. It may change things, because they want to get those airlines rolling. I mean, some of those airlines right now, they're flying in here with hardly anybody on those planes, so they have to charge extra to make up for those empty seats. And here's the bad part, okay, is these airlines are losing billions. If you put them all together, they'll probably losing billions. I don't know what the exact amount is, but that's what they said inside the story that I read, okay? And here's the thing. With them pushing on the government, that shows that probably one of the biggest companies, some of the biggest companies in the Philippines now are really starting to hurt, just like the smaller companies that we're starting to see inside the malls that are closing, the franchises and things like that. The government has to take notice sooner or later, because otherwise they're going to end up like Thailand. Thailand, they have vast swaths of stores that used to be filled with tourists. Literally filled with tourists. And guess what? Now they're empty. There's homeless in the street. They're all over the place. You know, and who knows what the Philippines is going to become. I think the malls could become like that here. If they don't open their eyes soon, things could happen over here. And I do see a little ray of hope in the government here. I do hear rumors about them opening up. I've heard 3 people have told me that they've heard from different people that they're going to try to open in January sometime. One said January 1st if they're below 5,000 COVID cases. Another one says they didn't have a number, but they definitely wanted to open up. He said January 15th they would open, or something like that. And the other person said that they just heard something similar to that, but there was no numbers and no dates. But he said that they heard something similar. So the question now is, what's going to happen? Will they open? Well, with these lobbyists pushing on the government right now to open up, these airline lobbyists, I think that might be the push that the government needs to open up their eyes. Not just the unemployment rate that they have going on here. The unemployment rate's probably pretty high in the Philippines. I'm not sure what it is, and I'm not sure if it's actually correct, because there's a lot of people running around that just don't have jobs, and I don't know if they count them or not. But anyhow, if they open up, it'll stop some of the poverty here. And the problem is now, as we've mentioned in the past, is a lot of these girls and a lot of the waiters, waitresses, cooks, things like that from restaurants, other jobs too, have all lost their jobs. And these OFWs, like I've stated before, have to pick up that, they have to help their family out more because their family's out of work. Or other people in the family have to pick it up and feed these people in their family. And it causes kind of like a domino effect in the economy. And it's really kind of sad to watch what's going on over here and see the homeless. I'm going to walk up here and I'm going to show you what's going on here. I'm starting to see more people in the streets without a home. They're starting to do what some people call Bigfoot nests. What's a Bigfoot nest? I'm going to show you. These people, what they do is they camp out in parks. They grab a piece of cardboard from next to a store or out in somebody's trash or what have you, or some sort of thing that they can lay on. And what they do is they lay on that and they sleep there overnight. And that's what's going on. That's how much poverty we have here now. We've always kind of had that. It's kind of a sad thing if you ask me, to get to that point. But we've already had that in Manila already. But now it's reaching epic proportions in some sections. Other places it's not so bad. Depends where you are. Remember last time I walked through Manila? I did a video there and showed some of the people out in the streets. It seemed like there was more than ever. It seemed like a lot of people were out in the streets. And some people are getting lucky and they're managing to get jobs somewhere else. And those are the lucky ones. And there's not many lucky ones out there today because the jobs just aren't out there. But let me show you this here. I'm coming up on it now. This is what they call a Bigfoot nest. As you can see, it's all kind of matted down from people sleeping there overnight. Looks like 3 people have slept there. That's what they call a Bigfoot nest. I'm not sure where the name come from. I have no clue. That's what I heard somebody refer to it as, a Bigfoot nest. So that's what I call it. But anyway, that's where people sleep at night, the poorest of the poor. And you know, we don't need to see any more of that. We got enough of that here and all throughout the world. I mean, take a look at Thailand. Thailand, it's reached epic proportions there too. And it's starting to get that way here a little bit in some spots. Some places are worse than others. Depends on the government in that particular province, how things are going. Depends on the stores that they have there, the franchises, which ones are closing, how bad the malls are doing, how wealthy the people are in those areas. Each area is different. Tracy Martirez, we're not exactly rich here. I would put us like lower middle class, somewhere around there for the most part. I would say most of the people here are kind of lower middle class. You know, and there's quite a lot of middle class here too, okay, for the Philippines. But lately, we definitely see a big pickup in the people that are dropping down into the lower parts of poverty. And once they get there, it's a bigger fight to get out. Anyone knows that once you're in debt or you're poor, how hard it is to get out of there. It's very difficult. You have to work hard. I mean, I've never been to that point where I was so broke that I couldn't retrieve my former wealth. But because in the United States, it's kind of easier to do that, especially today because there's so many jobs back home. But here, it's not as easy. The pay sucks. Just the way things work here. It's a different way of living here for sure. But anyway, guys, I hope it's a ray of hope that this airline thing is going to push on the government. And I think we might see some changes, possibly a green lane. Maybe they'll let people in here that are vaccinated. Who knows? But anyway, the fact that the airlines is pushing, that means if the airlines is pushing, they're looking to get some people on those planes, not just to get running. They want people on those planes. And 5,000 a day, guess what? That's not going to cut it at all. So I think they're trying to get the Philippines fully open. So there is a possibility. Let's hope the government here opens their eyes. And let's hope that we can get you guys in here now. And it may start happening. I'm starting to get a little bit of hope, a little bit more than I had before, because of things I'm seeing in the news. It seems like really people are starting to really push on the government. And when people start fighting back and pushing on the government and getting lobbyists and people up there to talk to people in the government, say, hey, wake up, we're starving. Or wake up, my company's gonna go under. Wake up, we're losing billions of dollars. When big corporate executives start going after the government and telling the government, hey, hear our voice, please. Think of all the people in the airlines that would lose their jobs also. That's another hit to the economy. I think that's why the Philippines is finally gonna listen. Let's hope. Say a prayer tonight, guys. That's all I can say. Fingers crossed, prayers up. That's what I say. But anyway, guys, I hope that helps. I hope that kind of boosts you guys a little bit, gives you guys a little more hope. I do see things happening. It's slow. We all know that. We've been waiting forever, it seems like. I don't think it's going to take till the end of next year, like some people are saying. I do think that the push is coming, that people are going to push to open. You can't let the economy go into a nosedive totally. So anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. Hope you enjoyed today's vlog.